JN1 recently jumped at the opportunity to interview the famous American sex therapist, Dr. Ruth, the enthusiastic media personality / 80s cultural icon who paved the way for open, direct conversations about sex on her radio and television shows. JN1's Jordana Miller sat down with Dr. Ruth to discuss her successful career in America.
When I started, I became a sex therapist. I worked at the Cornell Medical Center with a famous sex therapist, Dr. Helen Singer-Kaplan. And then I did a radio program. Nobody had ever done that. And the radio program went 10 years. I did it every Sunday night from 10 to 12. It went all over the United States and Canada. And people called in for questions. And then I did 450 television programs on the cable, Lifetime cable network. So I had a wonderful start of a career of doing something that other people didn't do.
Dr. Ruth was born in 1928 in Germany to Orthodox parents. Her childhood was cut short. At the age of 10, her father was taken by the Nazis. Her mother sent her to Switzerland, and she never saw her Orthodox family again. At the age of 17, she moved to Jerusalem during the escalation of the conflict between Jews and Arabs. There, she became an ace sniper for the Haganah and fought in the Israeli War of Independence in 1948. She went on to study in France and eventually moved to the United States to kick off her career as the go-to for advice in the bedroom. Dr. Ruth says her Jewish background has aided her ability to freely talk about sex.
The Jewish tradition, it says that a lesson taught with humor is a lesson retained. And in the Jewish tradition, I couldn't tell you a joke, but I can hear the humor in what people ask me. And in the Jewish tradition, sex has never been considered a sin. It was always considered a mitzvah, a good deed to be engaged in with a husband and his wife. I'm putting my entire teaching, I am basing on this issue of sex to be engaged in terms of the Jewish tradition, is a good deed.
The 85-year-old has written 32 books. Last year, an off-Broadway comedy play based on her life ran at the West Side Theater from October to December.